Hey everybody, what's going on? Robert Kraft here. So I had an interview yesterday with American Media Periscope, and I really appreciate them having me on their show. Something came up in that show. There's a few things, but this is one that I'm going to talk about, which is the 14th Amendment. So the 14th Amendment came up, and it was interesting how it was perceived versus how it actually works. And it actually does establish the case out of Sarasota County also. So I'm going to let Alexa help us out with this one because I don't have anybody to talk to. Alexa, tell me about the 14th Amendment.
The 14th Amendment defines citizenship, contains the Privileges or Immunities Clause, the Due Process Clause, the Equal Protection Clause, and was proposed in response to issues related to former slaves following the American Civil War. It is the second of the Reconstruction Amendments adopted following the American Civil War.
She's right. And actually, hold on. I have a book right here I'd like to show you. So these are actually the Reconstruction documents, 13th and 14th Amendment. Okay, so there's the book. I have the book. What's interesting about the 14th Amendment, and this is something that she just said that we didn't pick up on, it defines citizenship. That is not the American people in the Constitution, and that is not the American people in the Bill of Rights. So think about the word citizen, because we're talking about this whole corporate entity identity thing that we have convoluted right now. So I want to explain it really well. The United States Constitution is a book. It begins with "We the people." It ends at the 10th Amendment when it says, and I'm paraphrasing, all powers not given, right, because you have to have it to give it, are remanded back to the states or the people. So the people are the beginning, the people are the end. The American people are the alpha and omega of the government. So just like God, if you believe in God, created man, the people, the American people, created the government. And he who giveth can giveth, but he who taketh away can taketh away. We call these words in law, not legal, consent or objection. So right now what we have is we have American people objecting to their government, but we're not taking it to the place where objections happen. And the 14th Amendment, because of the little p, is not about a person in the flesh. The 14th Amendment is actually about the legal entity of the citizen person, not the American people. And those are two different things. So you have to kind of get this thing down, and we have to start defining these terms. So, and what's interesting, this proves my point that there are two separate systems. There is a common law of the land system, and then there is a legal system, which is where attorneys play, and that is at equity. Okay? So, these are very defined terms we're going to have to lock in. The 14th Amendment under U.S. Code, remember U.S. Code's legislative code, 1983, cannot be activated without a Bill of Right to activate it. So you have to have the first part to have the Bill of Right to get to 1983, which is where you can enforce your constitutional rights being violated. Because it's under legislation, it goes into equity court, and you have to have that legislated. So you would be in equity court if you were using the 14th Amendment or you were using U.S. Code 1983, and you can do your research. There's case law on this where it says you must have like the First Amendment. So you have to declare the First Amendment in your petition, and then you have to declare to petition for redress. Then you have to declare the 14th Amendment, and then you can activate U.S. Code 1983 to seek monetary reparations. Not right reparations, not right violation, monetary or some kind of reparation in a tangible form, not in a punishment justice form. So I hope this clarified it, and I'm going to hope to do more of these. God bless.